Curriculum clash. Fighting breaks out at a Glendale school board meeting over LGBTQ+ studies being taught in schools. We hear from parents on both sides of the issue. And free summer snacks, how you can get ice cream at no charge. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Adrian Arambulo in for Robin Winston. More on those stories in a moment, but first a warning ahead of the 4th of July. We know that fireworks can be colorful and fun to watch, but they can also be dangerous and illegal. I saw it right there. Santa Clarita officials say don't be fooled. Even fireworks purchased at stands and labeled safe and sane are illegal as well. Anyone caught lighting them or even carrying them could face criminal charges, including a fine and up to a year in jail. Now, if you want to enjoy fireworks this 4th of July, families are being encouraged to check out one of the approved shows in our area. Well, it is now officially summer, but you don't have to put away the skis or the snowboards just yet. Mammoth Mountain is still open. And the resort provided us with this video showing how much snow is still up there. Pretty remarkable for late June. The resort plans to stay open until the end of July. So let's see how we're kicking off summer in the weather department with meteorologist Belen de Leon.
We're kicking off a brand new season. Summer is officially here. It arrived at 7:57. It's that time of year when the northern hemisphere is tilted more towards the sun. Now, in the northern hemisphere, there's an imaginary line called the Tropic of Cancer. 7:57 was the exact time when the sun was directly over that line. The northern hemisphere tilted more towards the sun, and gradually we're going to start to see some warmer temperatures in our forecast. At least on Wednesday, we're looking at plenty of sunshine, highs in the 70s and 80s. But things change late this week. Low clouds return and temperatures come down. Now look at the trend in Santa Clarita. We're doing 83 for the first day of summer. Gets a little cooler Thursday and Friday. Still comfortable. Then the weather warms right back up again over the weekend and through early next week when highs will be in the mid-80s.
We saw a wild scene play out at a McDonald's in Leimert Park. Video shows a group of people storming the restaurant before stealing the cash register. Police are investigating this video that was posted on social media. It happened at the McDonald's on Crenshaw Boulevard Monday night. You could see several people storm the building, hop over the counter, and steal everything from boxes again to the entire cash register. We're told at least 2 managers were hit by the group, though no one was seriously hurt. And demonstrators clashed outside of the Glendale Unified School District Board meeting over LGBTQ+ studies. Fight broke out once again Tuesday night between conservative protesters and LGBTQ+ activists. Police were quick to break it up. This comes 2 weeks after demonstrators clashed outside the district office when the school board adopted a resolution to recognize Pride Month. This time, police were prepared. They wore riot gear and set up several barriers to keep the two sides separated.
We are in defense of the right of LGBT people to be full human beings. This absolutely needs to be taught about in school. This is part of the human experience.
None of us hate the LGBTQ community. None of us are saying that trans children don't have rights. Just don't oppress our children.
The Glendale Police Department tells us no arrests were made. The Huntington Beach City Council heard 6 hours of passionate public comment over a proposed ordinance to screen library books for so-called obscene material.
But I am standing here for the children that cannot speak for themselves. And I want you guys to know that what they're trying to pass, it's not for adults. It's for minors. They're children.
Let parents decide what is appropriate for their own children, just as you would. This mommy would appreciate it.
Now, Mayor Pro Tem Gracie Vandermark is proposing an ordinance to create new screening protocols for city library books. She wants to make books that some deem as obscene unavailable to kids and teens. Now, Vandermark referenced certain books with LGBTQ+ themes and some that covered sexual topics. The council directed the city manager to work with the city attorney and return in September with options to address age-inappropriate materials. Well, it's been about a week since LA City Council member Curran Price was charged with 10 felonies, and now a new leader has been elected to replace him as the council's mayor pro tem. South LA Council member Marquise Harris-Dawson will take over the key leadership role. He tells us that he is extremely honored, but he says it's also a difficult time at City Hall because he and Price are colleagues and friends.
One of my professors used to say, you don't get to call the game, you just get to show up and play. And so this is what we do. We show up. This is the situation. You have to deal with the situation that confronts us.
The district attorney said that Price's wife is accused of receiving payments from developers before Price voted to approve city projects. Price has called the charges unwarranted. Actor Jonathan Majors' domestic violence case is set to go to trial August 3rd. Majors' accuser claims that he twisted her arm, pushed her into a car, causing her to fall during a confrontation in March. Police say the woman was treated at a hospital for minor injuries. Majors' attorney says prosecutors have video evidence that the accuser attacked her client, not the other way around. The actor appeared most recently in films like Creed 3 and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. A burglary caught on camera while the Encino resident helplessly watched from hundreds of miles away. NBC4's Gordon Tokumatsu has the story.
Brenna Miller was far, far away from home when it happened, but her phone gave her a front row seat to the entire crime.
You're watching this in real time from the Bay Area.
Yes, it was terrifying. I completely froze, had no idea what to do, who to call.
Cameras at the family home in Encino had kicked on, detecting motion. From several different angles, they captured two people in hoodies and masks sneaking into the yard over a tall fence.
This is more than 6 feet tall.
She showed us that fence and the path to the back door the burglars took to eventually break in. That door today boarded up solid.
And these are double pane glass,
right.
So they're supposed to be really, really safe.
Now, Brenna is rethinking all of the things that are supposed to be really, really safe about this house because it's got all the trappings: cameras, alarms, signs.
Anything that you can possibly do to secure your home, we have it, and they still came in.
After shattering the rear door, the burglars made their way through the house. One of them can be seen wearing distinctive orange sneakers as they grabbed what they perceived to be valuable. Brenna says that what they ended up taking is jewelry that belonged to her late grandmother, whom she loved very much.
I lost her when I was in high school.
She chokes up when she thinks about it.
Her jewelry that she wore when she was my age, it means something.
Residential burglaries are up in the West Valley, which includes Encino, but also Northridge, Reseda, Tarzana, and other neighborhoods. Year to date, 463 break-ins. Last year, that number was 412, an increase of 12.5%.
And there's lots of criticism from Republican leaders about the plea deal that could spare President Biden's son Hunter from prison time. Hunter Biden agreed to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges for failing to pay $100,000 in taxes in both 2017 and 2018. 2 sources tell NBC News the prosecutor will recommend probation. A gun charge is expected to be dismissed as long as Biden stays out of trouble, and Republicans are slamming the deal.
It continues to show the two-tier system in America. If you are the president's leading political opponent, the DOJ tries to literally put you in jail and give you prison time. If you are the president's son, you get a sweetheart deal.
The U.S. attorney leading the investigation was appointed by former President Trump and was kept in office to avoid a conflict of interest. A federal judge still needs to sign off on the deal. And there's a slight glimmer of hope in the search for that tourist submarine that vanished on the way to visit the wreckage of the Titanic. Military surveillance planes detected underwater noises that reports say could be banging sounds. Experts say stranded submarine crews will often bang on the hulls of their vehicles, hoping to be detected by sonar. So far, those sounds have not led search crews to the sub. Right now, they're looking for that 22-foot vehicle in a 7,600-mile search zone. That is an area larger than the state of Connecticut. Experts say there could be less than 24 hours of oxygen left on board that submarine. And there's a warning about buying drugs at pharmacies in Mexico. LA County health leaders say many are selling counterfeit medications containing fentanyl and meth. Now, the warning comes after an LA Times report named several cities where counterfeit pills had been found in stores, found that pharmacies from Tijuana to Tulum have been selling fake pills over the counter, passing off meth as Adderall and fentanyl as Percocet. More than half of the pills were found to be counterfeit. After hosting the U.S. Open for the first time in 75 years, the tournament will return to the Los Angeles area. Riviera Country Club in Pacific Palisades has been selected to host the U.S. Open in 2031. The LA Times reports that members received an email about the decision. The historic club last hosted the Open in 1948, and it will host the U.S. Women's Open in 2026, which also happens to be the club's 100th anniversary. Compton musical icon Dr. Dre will be presented with the inaugural Hip Hop Icon Award from the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. Dre, whose real name is Andre Young, will receive the award Thursday at the organization's Rhythm and Soul Music Awards, celebration of 50 years of hip-hop. He's a 7-time Grammy winner, has produced huge hits for major stars like Jay-Z, Eminem, Snoop, Gwen Stefani, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. Dr. Dre also won his first Emmy for last year's Super Bowl halftime show. And Dominos can now deliver your pizza directly to you no matter where you are. The company announced a new pinpoint delivery feature. Essentially, it lets drivers go to locations without specific addresses at no extra cost. All you have to do is drop a pin of your location in Google Maps within the Domino's app to get your order. You'll also be able to track the driver's location, check on wait times, and get text updates about your order. But you only get 4 minutes to meet your driver, so you got to make sure that you're somewhat close to a street. And what better way to welcome summer than with free ice cream? Milk Bar is giving away free mini pints of its signature cereal milk ice cream, and all you have to do is visit their flagship store on Melrose. Now there is a limit, 1 mini pint per guest, and the giveaway will only last until supplies run out. Ben & Jerry's also giving away free pints of ice cream this summer in honor of National Cookie Dough Day. All you have to do is answer a question about their chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, and here's the question. How many cookie dough chunks do you think are in an average pint? You can enter your guess on their website by next Tuesday for a chance to win. We're going to take a moment to celebrate and recognize someone we work closely with here at NBC4. Sammy Cardenas, who works in our Technical Operations Center, is marking his 40th anniversary with NBC4, and we have him to thank for making sure all those live shots happen on Today in LA with our reporters and crews in the field. Sammy's been with the company for 4 decades and tells us he still loves coming into work even though he starts in the middle of the night. Congratulations, Sammy. You have such a great attitude. You can see him bouncing to the beat there. He's a good musician as well, good golf swing, and he's got the best hair in the building, wouldn't you say? All right, congratulations, Sammy. Here's to 40 more. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune in to Today in LA on NBC4. Weekdays from 4 until 7 a.m. We bring you all the day's headlines. Thanks again for watching The Rundown.